The galaxy's destiny was forever changed by the journey of one remarkable individual, Kael Dorin. From his humble beginnings as an abandoned child to his rise as a cosmic guardian, every Jedi tradition and every understanding of the Force can be traced back to the lessons he learned in two defining battles. These pivotal moments not only shaped Kael's fate, but also set the course for trillions of beings across countless worlds. Today, we'll uncover how a young man's first encounter with true evil and a master's confrontation with absolute corruption forged the philosophical foundation that would guide the galaxy for millennia. These are not just tales of epic conflict. They are the origins of everything the Jedi would come to believe about light and darkness, hope and despair. Let us begin the story of how Kael Dorin's legacy was forged in the crucible of cosmic conflict. By the time he was 17, Kael Dorin had achieved what most Force users could only dream of. Surviving a decade in the corrupted wilderness of Thyrsus Prime, he learned to channel both light and dark side energies without succumbing to either. His days were spent meditating in caves steeped in dark side energy, purifying corruption through understanding, and defending himself against mutated predators shaped by Sith influence. Even more extraordinary, Kael began to heal the planet itself, slowly restoring balance through his unique presence. Yet his greatest asset, his deep compassion, also left him vulnerable. Unlike the detachment of future Jedi or the ambition of the Sith, Kael felt every loss and every moment of isolation profoundly. This emotional intensity fueled his power, but also exposed him to dangers he had never faced. Unbeknownst to him, an ancient evil had sensed the growing light on Thyrsus Prime, awakening after millennia to confront the unprecedented balance Kael represented. The stage was set for a confrontation that would test Kael's understanding of darkness and nearly break him. The force that came for Kael was unlike any he had ever imagined. Zerath the Soul Weaver, a being of pure psychic energy, thrived on corruption and could twist a person's greatest virtues into their most dangerous flaws. Zerath's assault began subtly, eroding Kael's confidence with whispers and visions of failure. When the true attack came, Kael was drawn into a psychic struggle where his compassion became obsession, and his desire to heal became a need for control. Zerath tried to convince Kael that light and darkness were inseparable, that true power required embracing corruption. But Kael's years of solitude had taught him to accept his flaws without letting them rule him. By acknowledging his darkness but refusing to surrender to it, Kael created a paradox that Zerath could not overcome. The Soul Weaver, fundamentally altered by the encounter, retreated into obscurity. Kael emerged transformed, understanding that true strength lies in recognizing one's own darkness and choosing the light. Yet he also realized his growing power brought new dangers and greater challenges awaited him. Decades later, Kael Dorin had become a legend. As the leader of the Guardians of Balance, he guided thousands across the galaxy, ending wars and nurturing peace. His mastery of the Force was unparalleled, but with this power came a heavy burden. Kael began to notice troubling patterns. Every act of compassion seemed to spark new conflicts, and his decisions increasingly shaped the fate of entire worlds. Over time, he grew more isolated, convinced that only he could see the bigger picture. Even his closest apprentice, Lyra Sunweaver, worried that Kael was taking on too much alone. When a crisis erupted on Sereno, Kael encountered Darth Revan I, a leader who had achieved peace through subtle Force manipulation, suppressing negative emotions across an entire world. Revan's methods forced Kael to confront the uncomfortable truth that even the noblest intentions could lead to unintended consequences. Darth Revan I presented a profound challenge, not through sheer power, but through conviction. Sereno flourished under his rule, its people content yet deprived of true freedom. Kael saw that this peace was hollow, achieved by stripping away choice and authentic experience. Their debate became a battle of philosophies. Revan argued that control was the path to lasting peace, while Kael insisted that growth and redemption required freedom, even at the risk of suffering. The conflict escalated into a duel that transcended the physical, each showing the other visions of possible futures. Ultimately, Kael's willingness to open his mind to Revan's influence revealed the flaw in Revan's philosophy. Peace imposed by force is not true peace. This realization shattered Revan's certainty, leading him to relinquish control and seek a new path. Kael, deeply changed, recognized that wisdom and humility must temper even the purest intentions, and that true guardianship means knowing when to step back. The lessons Kael gained from these two defining battles became the bedrock of Jedi philosophy. From Zerath, he learned that acknowledging one's darkness without being ruled by it is the path to true strength, a principle that would echo through the Jedi Code. From Revan, he understood that power must be balanced by humility, and that even the best intentions can lead to tyranny without wisdom. Kael restructured his teachings, founding the Jedi Council as a body of equals and establishing the Padawan Master tradition to ensure wisdom was passed through personal experience. Most importantly, he taught that the Jedi should serve as guides, not rulers, offering counsel, defending the innocent, but never imposing their will. Though later generations sometimes strayed from these ideals, the core wisdom endured, shaping the galaxy's guardians for millennia. Kael Dorin's legacy reaches far beyond his own era. The principles forged in his greatest trials became the guiding light for generations of Jedi and Force users. Every act of compassion, every moment of restraint, and every choice to offer mercy instead of domination can be traced back to the path Kael carved through his struggles. His story reminds us that true wisdom comes from embracing our flaws, and true power lies in choosing humility and hope, even in the face of darkness. The galaxy's history is filled with echoes of his lessons, ensuring that the light he kindled continues to shine across the ages.